Hey guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Today's day 50.
Day 50. This has been a good little journey, guys.
Yeah, we started day 1, the first day on the property, which is nowhere near the first day that started, but we're 50 days into this. So today, I think our biggest question has been so far, like, how did we get into this? Like, how are we able to do it?
Yeah.
So we're going to answer all those questions.
All right. What's the first topic?
First topic is, how did we even get into this? So for a while we had discussed what we wanted, and we knew that we wanted more land and to be able to essentially do what we want, like whatever we wanted, for the most part without rules, and to be able to do what we had already been doing but at a much larger scale.
Meaning no HOA. We didn't want an HOA. We've already lived the HOA life. It felt like being in the HOA was feeling like it was just like being in my old apartment where you couldn't do whatever you want even though you're paying for your house and your land.
Yeah. You don't have to run anything by like an architectural committee or anything like that. And then also, we're used to a garden, but we were living on what, 0.6 acres?
Yeah,
so
0.6 acres.
You can only make it but so big, whereas on 22, you can make it as big as you want.
Her first garden when we got together 4 years ago was about the size of this planter box that y'all seen us make. So, and then the next year, it was a little bit bigger, and then the next year it literally took up about half of the backyard. So
yeah, it definitely grew, and we got more into it, and yeah, that kind of sparked this plan. So first up was deciding that we were even going to do it, and then next we needed to decide how we were going to do it.
I think it just came out of nowhere, to be honest. I think because the one time when I was working out in the garage and with the music playing, and then we got a HOA notice about turning down music, I think that kind of just sparked it. It was like you can't even play your music in your garage now. Like, this is just getting out of hand.
Yeah.
So they kind of sparked the conversation, and then next thing you know, we're like in full phase go mode.
Yeah, well, and also like with me changing jobs as far as like shifts. So I've been a nurse for 10 years and I've only done night shift. And so I was transitioning to a day shift / mid shift job. And so that kind of like opened up a lot of opportunities for us. So with the HOA issues and us already wanting something bigger and something more, and then that change, we were like, all right, what do we need to do?
Yeah.
So we needed to decide how we were going to do it. So we could either have sold the house, rented an apartment, rented the house out.
I wanted to rent the house out in the beginning because I just wanted that money.
He did. And we discussed it. I really didn't have any desire to be like a landlord. But also it would have slowed us down. So there was quite a bit of positive equity in the house. I don't know. The biggest thing was really being someone's landlord, and like knowing that we didn't know where exactly we were going to be. We could be an hour plus away from the house. So if something were to happen, whatever, that just wasn't something that I wanted to deal with.
We did have a location that we wanted to stay within. So we wanted to be at least an hour away from the big city, which is Raleigh. So we wanted to be at least an hour from our big city. That way she can get to work, and that way if I need to get to my kids, I can get to my kids, and everything is good. So
and we did that.
Yeah, the route that we chose was to sell.
Yeah, so we decided to sell, and then we needed to decide we're going to rent an apartment in the meantime, or were we going to do something crazy and buy an RV? And that's what we decided to do.
So we bought the RV, and with the RV, We stayed at lakes like we told y'all. But you can only stay for 14 days at a time if you're staying at the lakes in North Carolina. So we went in between Falls Lake and we went in between Jordan Lake. But in between of those, we also stayed at the State Fair because they had sewage and you could dump, you empty out your RV. So.
Right. So a big thing with choosing the RV was, one, deciding what kind. So that was a process in and of itself. And then choosing where to stay was a big thing regarding like amenities. So we chose the lakes, one, because why would you not when you have kids? Like, that's a perfect spot. And they, for the most part, have all of the amenities. But then some of the other places around us, you have to stay for a minimum of 30 days.
Yeah.
And we had no experience being in an RV at all. Like, so to have a commitment of having to stay somewhere for 30 days, like, what if we didn't like it? Like, what if it didn't work as far as location? Like, and we just didn't want to have to deal with that. So we pretty much made reservations, like 2 months?
Yeah,
like 2 months in advance?
2 months in advance.
So we were set up not really having to worry, but also not having to be fully committed. So we were pretty much moving every 2 weeks to a new spot.
But it wasn't really bad moving every 2 weeks because we got to clean out the RV every 2 weeks. And then we also got that experience because we've never owned an RV. We got the experience of unloading, loading, making sure it's level. Like, we gained so much experience within, the 2 months that we did that? We did it for 2 months, right? Or 3 months?
What we sold in March, and we closed in February. No, sorry, we closed in June.
We closed in June. All right, so we got in March. Yeah.
April, May, June. 3 months.
3 months. 3 months.
Yeah.
So we got a full 3 months every 2 weeks rotation of trying to figure out camping.
Yeah.
In the RV, which we have figured out now. So now that we moved here to the property, it is extremely a lot more easier.
Also, another thing that we needed to address was the whole moving process. So we did sell quite a few things, but obviously not everything. So we needed to find storage units. So that was kind of a struggle in and of itself, just finding somewhere that was kind of close, but reasonable pricing. So we needed an indoor, climate controlled unit, an outdoor unit, and a parking space.
Because I have a trailer.
Yeah.
We have kayaks, lawnmowers.
Yeah.
They're hungry.
Also,
they're like, hurry up.
It's not 8 o'clock yet, girls.
Oh, no.
Also, really knowing what
we didn't know where we was going either.
Yeah, so that too.
We just got it closest to the house.
Right.
Yeah.
But also knowing how big of a unit you need, what can you really fit in it? Which, I mean, you can be really good at Tetris, but you should really know how much stuff you have.
Yeah.
We did not.
Yeah.
But that's okay. But yeah, so from there, the search was on for land, which we really were looking the entire time. So from the time that we decided we were going to sell until we found, we were looking the entire time, which kind of wasn't great in that we were essentially breaking our own hearts when we would find something. There was that one property that was up there for ever, and we were this is actually really cool.
It had a pond.
Yeah.
What was it, 12 acres?
Yeah.
The 12 acres was perfect for what we was looking for. It was flat.
Yeah.
It was flat, and
literally the day that we test ran the RV. So we had gotten the RV and we hadn't closed the sale of the house yet. So we had some time, so we were we need to take this for a test run. We're already into it, but let's take it, see what we need, don't need. And the day that we went for the test run, that property was gone.
I was like, man.
Right.
This is about to be a trip.
Yeah. So our entire search for the property was long. We knew size-wise what we were looking for, but really that was about it.
So we wanted to be over 10 acres because I think that's the rule to be a farm, right? Correct?
It depends. It depends.
I thought it was, it had to be over 10 acres or
Well, so different counties have different rules. So every time we were finding a property that we're like, this might be it, I was going in and I was going to that specific like county's website and looking at their rules for specific things. So like, we also toyed with the idea of potentially doing a campground when we got property. And some counties, in order to do that, like, Warren County, you have to have at least 15 acres. Like 15 acres minimum to be able to do a campground.
And we're in North Carolina, so
right.
Warren, North Carolina.
So there's like different rules for different counties, what you can and what you can't do. Like some you're allowed to put like manufactured homes, some you're not. And so it was a lot of research per county and town on the back end when we were finding a property. And so that kind of deterred us from some and attracted us to others.
Yeah, some counties we just didn't want to be in because it's like, you can't really do nothing in that county.
Right. Right, and it honestly got worse the closer you got to bigger cities.
Yeah, because they have to have a lot of regulations on things like that, especially when you get close to the city.
Right.
Because you have people doing all kinds of stuff. So.
Kind of back up, we sold the house, and the plan for selling the house was to use the positive equity for purchasing this property, or at least the down payment for this property, whatever property it ended up being.
So that was our funds to get this property.
Right, so it wasn't like we got a grant or anything like that, which would have been nice, but no. So doing a lot of research as far as counties and towns and what we can do and what we can't do, and making sure that it essentially fits our picture, which is a homestead with all of the animals. Because like sometimes you can't even have roosters, and that's crazy. I mean, I get it, but like, that's crazy.
Yeah. We wanted like a mini farm.
Yeah. And also to be able to do like a farm market and all the things. So
farm stand.
Yeah. So we found this property after looking over it literally the entire time. Like it was up there the entire time. And we contacted the realtor. So he was like, just call her. Like whoever's listed, just call her. Like talk to her directly. Ask her like, what's going on with this? Why has it been up there so long? And go from there. So we did. And basically she was saying that like this property, it needed the right family. A bunch of people have been interested, including developers, and
it's 22 acres. When you look at it, it's 22 acres, but it was originally, like she had said in the other video, it was originally 74. Mm-hmm. They broke it down, the 74 down into 3 big parcels and sold. They had already sold 2, and then this one was like the last piece. But with this piece came a lot. It comes not a lot. It's just like it's broken up. Yeah. So like a lot of times you guys are thinking like we're on one big old property, and we're not. Like there's like 13 acres that we're living on right now, but we haven't even explored the whole 13 here. Right. And then there's 2 point something that's like on the other side of these neighbors right here. Mm-hmm. But it's going down, if you can imagine, it's going down a hill. So there's 2 right here, there's 10 at the top, and then we got like a little triangle over here. We don't even know, that's across the street for some odd reason. And then like I told y'all, there's a road that splits it, so we have 2 here, and then neighbors skip, and then we got like 10 to 13 over here. So then in the back behind us, directly behind us, there's a road that separates us, and then there's 6 there, and then behind that too, there's a 1 and something there, and then across the main street, there's like 2 on the corner. There's 2 pieces on the corner there
that you could never do.
That you can never do with it. It just has a creek on it, so it's like, wow. It's separated.
Like who would want that?
Yeah, us. Us. So.
But yeah, so that conversation actually went really well. And so then with that conversation, we just straight up asked her, like, do you have anybody that you recommend to go through for the loan process? Like typically, and I did the same thing with the house was using the lender to ask, like, who to get to.
Using the realtor to ask for what lender they would prefer.
Right.
And she preferred us to Farm Credit.
Was it Ag South?
Yeah, Ag South, which is Farm Credit.
And that went really well.
Well.
Both of them were super responsive and very helpful. And it actually ended up being better than we thought, because we anticipated, like anything else, that it would be like a 20% down payment, or even more, because we had heard from several people that if you're just buying raw land, then they expect more down, or just kind of like more on the negative side. And it was only 15%.
And they want you to be at a credit score of
680?
No, it was 6. Was it 680 or was it 660?
Maybe.
I think it was like 660. They want you to be at a credit score of 660 to get like fully approved, and you didn't have to worry about the extra process of sending in a whole bunch of stuff. So the higher your credit score, the less of a process it is as far as like sending in a bunch of paperwork.
Yeah.
So we was like flirting like right at that line. Mind you, when we sold our house, we also took the time those couple of months to repair our credit as well. So we took some money and put towards things that we owe, paid some things off, and then whatever was left over is what we used as a down payment and as starter money to get us going when we got here to the land. So buying an excavator and getting chainsaws and generator and buying animals, all that stuff was used. That money is used to get us going in the right direction. So
a big thing, I also, and you see this, this is literally a binder that I put together. I literally started before we even closed on the property.
So you got all of our dream animals up here.
I did do that.
She got a logo on the front.
Which ones did you say no to?
The cow. Don't want a cow, and I don't want a goat.
There's sheep on it. I didn't even put goats on there because you said no to goats before, so I put desert painted sheep on it.
She want goats. I don't want goats, and now I'm starting to think that I don't want sheep.
Why?
Because you gotta like trim their hooves and hooves.
Hooves, yeah. But the desert painted sheep, they have hair. They don't have wool, so you don't have to shear them. I did look into that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. All right. Binder wise, so very first thing was contact list. That was pretty important. So we have the names, emails, and phone numbers of all the important people. The very first one being the planning director, who's really nice. But anytime we need guidance on if we want to build something, if we want to do whatever, we just call him. There's no zoning restrictions out here, which is absolutely fantastic. But he just said, whenever you're ready, just call me and let me know, and I'll give you whatever guidance. So that was great. But numbers for people like building inspections, soil, waste, and then anything from the electric company, and then everything else like amenities, so well, septic, equipment rental, there's contacts, and then also pricing. So we've contacted all these people and got like their estimates for all of these things, so we know essentially what everything is going to cost. And then when we need them again, if we already use them, then we have their information here anyways. And then there's a couple other things, so like steps to do stuff. So we needed the steps on how to establish an address, which we did immediately as soon as we got to the property. And then the next one is installing the temp pole, which we should be doing here shortly. So knowing exact steps that we need to go. And then from there, there's just a bunch of like different projects that we could do. We ordered a bunch of books. What? How many books do we order? Like
a lot.
Yeah, so we ordered.
We got a lot of books to read.
Yeah.
Self-sufficiency books, project books, code books, how to build structure books, all kinds of things.
Right. So there's several projects in those, and so we just went through and picked a bunch out. So whatever page it was, and then about how much it'll cost. So that way we have ideas for different things to do on the property.
Then in each one of those is different tabs. So
right.
basically just a list, and then she has tabs in here, and then there's tabs for this tab. Oh, I just dropped that. This tab is for rentals and codes. So you have all the codes that you got to get. I mean, all of the not codes. You got all of the permits that you have to pull and what for, and then that gives you a price. And all these things you can look up VA online, go on Google, go to whatever county it is, and you can search and see what the fees are. You can search and see what you need to do in order to pass inspection on different things as well. And then also in this tab, well, in the next tab, we have animals and gardens. All right.
It's different tips, like for all the animals that we have, plus the garden that we want to start, different like plants that we need, things that are even bee friendly. So we have plans.
Hey guys, it says pigs, bedding, vaccinations. What's a board? What's a gilt?
We need to know all these things.
You need to know all these things when you coming out here, especially when you communicating with people online and emailing them about, or emailing. You emailed about the pig,
yeah.
But I be talking to people like on Facebook Messenger, and
right, and
you gotta know these things. You gotta know what a boar is,
right?
All right.
If you don't, then you could end up getting a male pig that's already been castrated, and you can't do nothing with it besides turn it into bacon. And
right.
that ain't gonna do us so good.
You got you a feeder pig, and
right,
sows, gilts, everything. So even it breaks down goats. I don't know why you got goats in here.
Just for future reference.
Chickens, garden tips, everything.
Yeah.
Right. So then there's a section on building plan.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and everything you need to know about building.
Right, so that one is pretty much like what needs to actually be inspected. So when you need to pull the permits and when you need to get inspections. And then there is a section, so different places have different rules as far as how big something can be before you need to pull a permit. So for this county, anything over 12 by 12 feet, like in any direction, if it's more than 12 feet, it's supposed to get a permit, unless it's like a farm, like a barn. So that's the rule for this county. And then, what else was there?
Yeah, you can be your own general contractor, which
right.
means you can build your whole house on your own.
You can. You still have to get your permits and stuff.
But
and
you have to live here for a year, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're gonna be a
sorry.
She's sick, y'all.
You haven't seen me for the last 2 days.
Because
I've been sick.
Yeah.
But yes, so you can be your own general contractor, but you have to live in whatever you build for the next year if you're going to do that.
And then also on the very last tab in this book is food sales. So we wanted to understand the food laws, what you can sell out of house, how you can sell out of house, and then everything we need to know about a food stand. And we're gonna be able to make it through the end of this video. You alright?
Might need some water. I was thinking about getting some tea this morning, but
Jeez Louise.
I know.
Alright. Cause she wants to bake. So we was looking up baking stuff.
Oh, I want to truly have like my own, like, or our own open farm market. I mean, everything from preserving and canning and baked goods and literally the works. Selling produce, selling all of the things. So that is in the works. So we needed to know, were we even allowed to do that? So that was honestly the very first thing I contacted the planning director about. was like, is that possible? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. Just don't build anything in like a flood zone, and we've got plenty of room before it becomes a flood zone. So, and the next thing is like, what are the rules as far as like what you can produce and where? So you can do cottage food laws, which is very restrictive. You can produce out of your own kitchen, and that's fine, but it can't be like refrigerated things. It can't be like, I think it can't have any like cream cheese. Basically like very safe things, which is fine, but like also very restrictive. And it has to be in your kitchen. Like if you move it to somewhere else, like if you have a spot in your basement, or if you have like a different like shed or something on your property that you turn into a kitchen, then that's no longer part of commercial, or that's no longer cottage food laws.
Cottage food laws.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need to put some water in you.
I know.
We're just trying to make it through the end of this video. And
I was doing really good. I did really good, like the entire video.
You did good at the beginning of the video.
And then my throat was like, "Now you're doing too much talking."
Talking too much.
Mm-hmm.
I told her, y'all, don't be talking too much now. She gonna explain to y'all every little detail now. Listen. She wants y'all to know, baby, what's going on out here in these streets.
They asked questions and I got answers. Well, some don't. No, I ain't got all of them.
Yeah, you ain't got all the answers, but we got some. We can help whoever wants to be helped, because we're starting to see that there's a lot of people that is watching our journey that wants to either start in the next couple of years or have dreams and aspirations of starting one. And so we just figured we'd help you guys out a little bit. But yeah, she's trying to be a baker.
Listen, I'm just trying to live my best life and sell things that I can make.
Yeah.
So being somewhere that you're allowed to do that is very helpful.
Yeah.
And we, like I said, we had looked into cottage food laws, but initially we were like, okay, we could build like a separate like tiny house or whatever and turn that into like a kitchen. And as soon as you do that, like as soon as the production leaves your kitchen, it's no longer cottage food laws, and it's automatically considered a commercial kitchen.
So whenever we get a, are we going commercial or cottage?
Commercial.
Yeah, I think she wants to go commercial because we have dogs. And if you do cottage, you can't have dogs inside the house.
Right.
And yeah, our dogs ain't ever been outside except for the black one. So.
Right. And he thought that we'd be able to just like eat them outside.
I think we can. We can definitely put them outside, but it's going to take time and it's going to take patience like everything else.
Supervisor's not going for it.
He going for it. If I put him out there.
But well, in commercial anyways, you can do so much more, so you might as well just go through the process. Like he's wanted to make like spice rubs and barbecue sauces and stuff like that. And I mean, we can definitely do a whole lot more with a commercial kitchen and be able to make it to where we can sell it.
Right.
So I feel like why not just go through the
I
process?
got some pork and I got some barbecue sauce.
Right.
If you like those up north people who don't put vinegar on their barbecue.
Listen, that's the only barbecue I like.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm from the South, baby. We like that vinegar on our barbecue over here in North Carolina. So.
And also, like
we want to do it both ways.
What is it? Food safe? Is that what it is that you have?
Oh, Surf Safe.
Surf Safe.
Yeah. Like
he has Surf Safe, so he knows pretty much all of the like rules in regards to like sanitation and whatnot. So like that already gives us a leg up.
I might have to retake it again.
Yeah.
Probably by the time. It's probably about to be up, but. Yeah.
And that's one thing we also don't mind is like taking classes. So like we plan to take classes for processing the pigs and the chickens because we want to be able to do that on our own. Yeah. There's a beekeeping class that we're taking in January, so that way.
And that you speak of that, these people from Tractor Supply gave us a Cornish cross. So guess what, y'all? We're gonna have to butcher us our first chicken, man.
Yeah, probably in the next 3 weeks?
No, we ain't had them that long. We ain't had them that long.
No?
Nah, he was in the last batch.
Oh.
Yeah, he was in the last batch. But I started to see, like, man, this thing is maturing a little bit faster than the other ones. And she's like, no, that's a light Brahma. I said, no, that's a Cornish cross. But one of the people in the comments told us that's a Cornish cross, man. So, yeah.
Looks like we'll get our practice.
We'll get our practice on our first bird, so.
But yeah, so those classes, the beekeeping class, so that way we can start bees in March.
Yeah.
What else? That was it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Another thing was, well, obviously researching the animals, so like what we need to do for them. But the biggest thing is figuring out what animals we needed to get first. And some people thought we were absolutely crazy. Like, what do you mean you got animals, you don't even have a house? Which, I mean, we're in an RV, we're absolutely more than comfortable in it. Like, it's brand new, it's not an issue.
2025.
Yeah. The biggest thing was getting animals that, one, were gonna help us, and two, like, if they're gonna take a while to be able to do what we want them to do, then we wanted to go ahead and get them. Like,
No, butterfly.
yeah. Like, the pigs are gonna take, we got 2 females to start with that we plan to then breed, which you can't breed until the 2nd or 3rd heat, or not recommended to breed until the 2nd or 3rd heat cycle anyways. And then from there, we'll have pigs that we want to sell and or turn into pork. So that's going to take another 8+ months to do that. So we're over a year, like almost 2 years before we're even actually able to do anything with the pigs regardless. And then the chickens are going to take 18+ weeks to even lay eggs. So if we waited until we had a house built, we would be so far behind.
We'll be far behind.
Right. And then the ducks are cute and the turkeys are funny, so whatever.
We could have gotten we could have gotten pigs that was already proven.
Yeah.
But it was more of, I want to get this thing from a baby and raise it all the way up. And
it's a
be
learning
with it.
process.
It's a learning process. So
Yeah.
that's why we chose that. And
Right.
that's how we created our timeline for our animals. So yeah, guys, it's very helpful that if you're going to do something like this, as you can see, this binder is kind of thick. Sit down, plan it out. I think a lot of you guys think that we don't plan stuff out. We do. And this is just one binder. We have a whole nother like notebook where we've jotted down, or like y'all seen me do in the previous videos where I planned out the chicken coop.
Mm-hmm.
I do that with pretty much everything. So I have a whole nother binder which just has projects and things that we plan to get done in it, and when we plan on doing it, and in the time frame. So everything is pretty much predicted out on this, not unless it's just going to the store and buying chickens. So
Yeah.
everything else is pretty much planned.
It's doable. It's just a lot of research. And I mean, there's so many different ways that you could do it. There's so many
Right.
different ways that we could have done it. This is just how we ended up doing it. But it's a lot of research and really just deciding what's best for you and your family.
Right. There's so many different ways you can just raise a chicken. Like, you can put sand in your coop. You can put pond shavings in your coop. You cannot have a big old coop like this. You can put them in a little chickshaw tractor. You can have a run. You don't have to have you don't have to have a run. You can have a small run. You can have a big run. I mean, there's so many different ways that people raise their chickens, and they're fine. So it's the same thing when it comes to building. Like I said the other day, there's so many different ways to build an object that you just have to find what's best for you, right? And the only way you can find things that are what's best for you is by trying them out and seeing what you like, what you don't like. Do you like that style roof? Was that style roof hard for you to do, or would you rather try something else? We came in this thing thinking that we want every roof to look like this, and I probably think we probably still do want every roof to look like that. But, you know, those are the things you have to research. How do you want your property to look?
Yeah.
Do you want a bunch of dead hedges all the way around your property? Or do you want a fence like this around your property? So you get to pick and choose. But enough with the blabbing. It's time to get on to the 50. Why I said 50. It's time to get on to picking the winner for the $50 giveaway.
That man said 30. He tried to take $20 from me.
All right, so we're gonna bring Lila Bill from behind the camera. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up.
All right, you got to close your eyes.
Close your eyes, close your eyes. Hold on, open that bag, shake that up, yeah.
All right, so
slide
it
this
was
way a little bit.
People that commented on the Q&A video, and they were subscribed as well. So they had to comment with a question, and they were subscribed. So we went through, got all those names. Lila got to cut them all out, and so now she'll get to choose who is it. All right, that's all right. Don't look. All right, what you got?
I want to go to Hawaii 1-1.
It is. I want to go to Hawaii 1-1. Okay.
All right, I want to go to Hawaii 101 has won.
1-1.
Has won $50. So if you see your name, say, hey, that's me. All right, and we'll look for you on YouTube and see if you have an email, and we'll reach out to you so we can get you the $50.
Yeah. And then Lila has a note to end this video.
Love, peace, and happiness, guys. Appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and share it to a friend. And don't forget to comment, guys.
All right.
The next giveaway
days.
is going to be at 100.
100 days?
At 100 days. At the 100-day mark.
Okay.
All right. So the next giveaway is at the 100-day mark. So we got 50 more days. Or not unless we hit 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
So get subscribed.
We should do a video.
Of what?
You know how people
To whoever may need this nugget of encouragement, things will be alright, so quit your worry. I get it, the odds seem stacked back against the wall, but even consider it such, know you'll stand tall. Sat and watched from the sidelines, one too many times. Wicked games we play make me wanna lose my mind. Found solitude knowing it'll be over soon.